interpret that. You don't interpret that as a friendly encounter between differences of opinion. You're reading it in the King James. God bless you.
That's what we
God's written in 1611. You should read a more updated copy. But the reality, because you're reading letters that were not written to you.
No,
right? Moses is speaking to a specific group of people.
Jump to verse 16.
Right? Hold on. Moses speaking, you know, in 400 BCE to the black community in, you know, 2,600 years later.
Right. Okay, so we just read that.
So I mean, basically what we're proving is that the things that happen to us as a people were prophesied to happen to the Israelites, because they didn't go directly into another nation's hands. Those things didn't happen to them right then and there.
They are scattered about. They are pushed out into the diaspora. They are conquered over and over again. And the truth is, from the time that they leave Egypt, you know, up until the 400 years of silence and enter the Maccabees, I saw it somewhere in the Apocrypha, right? That they constantly disobey God. Right. I mean, read that scripture again. Because I don't hear anything about Christmas. Right?
It wasn't called Christmas at that time, but the custom of cutting a tree out of a forest, decorating it with silver and gold, and putting it in the tree stand when it says fasten it with nails and hammers that it move not, that custom today is called Christmas.
They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh.
Eating what?
Swine's flesh.
So eating the pork.
And the abomination and the mouse shall be consumed together, saith the Lord.
So in the day of eschatology, if I got some pork ribs on the grill, and what we read prophetically, this hasn't happened yet, based on what we read in verse 17, what's going to happen to me? Read verse 17 again.
Well, if you've got
verse 17,
if you've got pork on the grill but you haven't eaten it, apparently you're gonna be okay. If you've got
verse 17,
if you've got pork on the grill but you haven't eaten it, apparently you're gonna be okay. Apparently you're gonna be okay. Apparently you're gonna be okay. Apparently you're gonna be okay.
No, it would
be problematic. It'd also be problematic if you eat mice and rodents.
Right, you're not supposed to eat that. Or that's going into your dietary law. That's going into the dietary law.
Right, but again, as Christians, now here's where this gets complicated, because you all said at the beginning of this course that you all were Christian. Yes, everybody agree?
Yes, we are.
Right. So as Christians, you're not under the law; you're under grace, because Paul says, right?
Under which law? Not under which law?
You're not under the law.
What does that mean?
This is what Paul writes.
No, we're saying, what does it mean?
I'll tell you what it means. Right?
Now I'm asking, can I steal?
You could.
The kingdom of heaven. Like, what did Christ say?
Yeah, what was his instructions?
Yeah, what was his instructions? For us to get the kingdom of heaven as believers, what did Jesus the Christ say that we had to do?
Oh my goodness. To do what he lists out in Matthew 25.
That's right here. What did Jesus the Christ say that we had to do?
Oh my goodness. To do what he lists out in Matthew 25.
That's right here. Let's get what he said.
Matthew chapter 19, verse 16. And behold, one came and said unto him, Good master, what good thing shall I do that I may have eternal life? And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
Since the church in Rome,
let's get that.
Was in Rome.
Okay, we're going to read it. Let's just read the Bible. I mean, the Bible speaks on it.
Acts chapter 18, verse 1. After these things, Paul departed from Athens and came to Corinth, and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy, with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome.
Okay.
Those Jews in Rome.
So there's Jews in Rome.
Yes, there's Jews in Rome, but he is not. So he's only writing to the Jews, and he's not writing to the Roman church. So how do you?
That was the Roman church.
Oh, okay. Listen, guys.
Roman church.
Oh, okay. Listen, guys.
Read Romans 1 and 7.
We Roman church.
Oh, okay. Listen, guys.
Read Romans 1 and 7.
I will put my laws into their mind.
Oh, what?
I will put my laws into their mind.
Not put what's done away with in their mind.
Put my laws into their mind, and write them in their hearts, And I will be to them a God, and they shall be to me a people.
Just read that in Hosea.
So, we're not going to agree.
I'm a church.
Oh, okay. Listen, guys.
Read Romans 1 and 7.
I'm a church.
Oh, okay. Listen, guys.
Read Romans 1 and 7.
I want to give all the praises and the honor to YAHAWAH, BaHa, YAHAWASHI, BaHa, RAWCHAA, QADASH, and double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Honors as well to you, brethren, fellow followers of the truth, and shalom to the elect. So anyway, I ran across this video here with the Iuic. Was a bit entertaining from what I watched. I skimmed through it. I guess, you know, a lot of Iuic followers, they get mad at things we say. We're not looking at these Jake's videos to try to just find a way to discredit them, or, you know, not because we don't like them. In fact, the dialogue was actually pretty good as far as what they were bringing out on the Christians, no doubt. But if it was meant for them to get it, then they would get it. It's almost as if they're forcing their way into trying to wake the people up, when the Lord is the one that gives the increase, as the scriptures say. Now, I know that Apostle Paul, he went and, you know, did the same thing YAHAWASHI did to bring our people back, you know. But when you look at today, we have the internet, we have social media, we have the highways and hedges, natives getting on planes, you know. It's so much resources and information for people to get to the truth. This ain't like, you know, thousands of years ago you didn't have the internet, you know, at least this kind of source. So I just think it was kind of crazy that this is one of their church blitz popped up on a parking lot. And who knows, you know, maybe it's their job to do what they do, and the elect will wake up. But anyway, I want to go more into, you know, this thing with the law. And it seems like even in ancient times, the Pharisees, you know, they would add to the law, the wicked ones, they would add to the law and use the law for advantage, right? And use the law as carnal. And this is where I see both of them skewed and went off, because clearly these Christians don't understand. They believe the law is done away with. Whenever you hear somebody tell you there's no more rules, then you're heading for destruction, right? Because that's what they're telling you. Don't worry about it. The laws, you're not punished by the law. So no wonder our people are killing and committing adultery and everything else. But then here on the hand of Iuic, they're saying that it's all about the law. They're not speaking in a sense of faith. And where it goes that grace and mercy. Well, let me get that real quick. Let me get that on, is it Matthew? I think it's Romans 6. It says, for sin shall not, this is the wrong translation, the BSB translation. Well, it's still good. I get the regular one. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under the law, but under grace. Now, when you deal with grace, it goes back to favor and mercy, right? This is why you pray, you say when you eat your food, you have a form of grace to have favor. But we don't willingly go out and buy a slab of pork and put it on your plate and then pray over it. And that's what Christians are doing, right? This also proves that Iuic understands a part of the grace, but understanding that they can't keep the whole law. It's impossible, because then now they would have to read every little ingredient in their food, and whatever it says, dextrose, this or that, and it's got pig in there, pork in there, well, you're not supposed to eat it. I don't know, maybe their diets is on some other strict level. I don't know. But let's go to favor, mercy. It means compassion or bearance, right? It says forbearance, shown especially to an offender. It says favor or compassion. It says compassionate treatment of those in distress. And this is why they teach that we're in the new covenant when clearly we're not in the new covenant. And the reason why they teach that is to go into this thing with the law. Now, when you go to Hebrews 8, it tells you the Lord has put his laws in our mind and our hearts. This ain't happened yet, because then the whole nation of Israel would not be sinning. The elect would be established and the nation of Israel would not be sinning. So I put a lot in the intro. I just wanted to go into that. I don't agree. Like when I first came into truth, before I even came into camp, I used to go sit down with the Christians because I knew more about the Bible than they knew. And all they're doing is learning now, you know, as you can see. 1 Peter 3:15, be sanctified, but sanctify the Lord in your hearts. And be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks of you a reason of hope, of the hope that is in you, with meekness and in fear. So if these pastors said, hey, let's hear more about what you have to say, I'm intrigued about, you know, this Israelite thing, I don't know, then you would sit down, you know, and if he had questions, you would ask them. But these pork chop preachers, man, they not letting go of that. That means they got to let go of the money. They got to let go of the women, those benefits. You know, you can't serve two masters, and they should know that. They're not letting go of all that, man. Right? It says Ephesians 5:8, for ye were sometimes darkness, but now ye are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light, for the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth, proving that is acceptable unto the Lord, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Right? So this sitting here and trying to and this is also going into men who are Israelites, and that's what they did do, who are in a situation where you're trying to correct them, and reprove goes to shame for what they're doing. And that's what you do out on the hedges when you teach. But to get a big table and sit down in a room, right, and fellowship to show your power of the knowledge of the Bible, it's bigger than that. It's the Lord's power in the knowledge of the Scriptures. And that's why we must remain humble. Now, this preacher did say quite a few things, that this pastor, that absolutely the IUIC did go in and cut him on everything he said, which the Bible speaking for you is what the sword is. Well, it's the Lord's word, Hebrews 4:12, right? So it says, have no fellowship. Right, let's see, we'll look up this word fellowship. I never looked that up. This is raw, by the way, the word fellowship. See what it says. Basically, hanging with friendly people. Building a trust. It says here, basically, sitting with friendly people, looking for fellowship, community interest, activities, and feelings, looking for the fellowship of friendly people, companionship, you know, to join in fellowship, especially with a church member. See that? It says, that's what it says, fellowship. It says fellowship, especially with a church member. Now, it says have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, right? But rather reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth made manifest the light. Now we done already got on these Christians. They doing these blitzes. You know, it's a bit much. You ask me. It's a bit much. This is Luke 6:39. I guess Matthew 13 as well. And he spake, this is Luke. And he spake the parable unto them, can the blind lead the blind? Shall not they both fall into the ditch? So you can clearly see, you know, these debates with these Christians. Your job, and this is why I said Great Millstone, we pushed that the elect. It's all about the elect. Now, all of us came from some form of walk of life. Most of us were in Christianity. And without even the help of the internet, or maybe some cases, we found our way into the truth. If you are of the elect, you will find your way into the truth. You don't need no extra help, you know. You will find your way into the truth. I just think it's a waste of time. At the end of the whole conversation, he didn't heard everything. He started choking up. He said, we're just going to disagree. You know why? Because he's not going to cut that damn pork out, man. Matthew 13:11. He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it's not given. And that's clear. You know, that's clear. So, again, that's just my take on it. You know, it's a waste of time. That's something you do when you first come into truth. You're on fire, and you want to try to get back at the Christians that told you all these lies. And maybe you want to wake your fellow friends and neighbors and your other co-workers or church followers. You try to do that, but you'll find that you on that walk alone and with the brotherhood. It's a different phase of life, right? So anyway, let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It says, for sin shall not have dominion over you. You are not under the law, but under grace. What then, shall we sin because we're not under the law, but under grace? Yahawah forbid. So these are two different scenarios, you know, which he's trying to tell you. Well, you're under grace, but that grace had nothing to do with continuing to sin. That's why he said, God, Yahawah forbid that you are under grace. I mean, that you don't have to keep the law. That's what the grace is for, to help you through until we can be able to keep it. You know, you don't go to a job and you come to work one day and you left your gloves home and they'll say, all right, it's no problem. That don't mean to go every day now. You ain't got to wear your gloves. So that grace was extended to us even in the times of us not knowing. So it's a beautiful thing. Anyway, that's all I have on that. Shalom.